Hey there everybody, Kendall here from Tahoe. I am just north of Incline Village. Was down visiting my brother in Incline Village earlier today, and we are now up at Mount Rose, above Lake Tahoe, that is. And we are sledding and making snowmen and having snowball fights. Just got done having awesome lunch and stuff. And my kids are just having a blast out here. I'm going to actually flip the phone around real quick so that you guys can see a little bit of the Tahoe area where I grew up, this beautiful, beautiful area of the Sierra Nevadas. So let me flip the phone around here, get this into the right light for you guys. You can see exactly what we're doing. Here we are up at Mount Rose, Incline Village, and the lakes off that direction. It's a little cold out here. The last temperature was like 28 or something. I think I looked at, is what the car said. But you can see over here, everybody's just sledding, having a blast. I don't think my munchkins are up there right now. I think that they already came down to the bottom. Yep, there goes my little guy right there. You can kind of see him. Let me see if I can zoom in on my crew for you guys. There's my crew. You see my little guy right there in the blue jacket, red hat, with the guy with the blue. Yep, there he is running. He is so proud of himself. So proud of himself. So, hey, I'm going to just kind of walk a little ways. I'm just stomping in the snow here. Stomping in the snow. Can't really walk around because the snow's not very cold. Yeah, as we were out here a little bit earlier, we were sledding, and then we went and got lunch and all that good stuff down by the lake. Went and got some yummy pesto pizza and everything. And when we first got out here earlier today to have snowball fights and feed birds out in the trees and all that kind of stuff, number one, we just had this amazing look, right? So this place was jam-packed earlier with tourists and everything. And, you know, it was hard finding parking, kind of, sort of, not really. I always say Princess Parking, we have a spot right across the way. It was awesome. But, you know, it just had great luck there, and the lady who we were taking their parking spot gave us the bird food that we needed for the birds that are off in the trees, these special little winter birds that they're just really cool. So yeah, you know, then we went and we started, of course, the cold, and having a 4- and 6-year-old who's grown up in Texas where it's sunny and it's balmy, and they're not really used to, you know, freezing cold, that's for sure. And they were freaking out. We made some snowballs and they got hit with snowballs, and they were freaking out, and they were having, you know, all of this. It's like, I'm cold, I'm wet, and crying and screaming about being cold and wet and everything. And they were cold, you know, their hands were getting colder by the second, so they didn't want to make a snowman anymore, didn't want to have the fights. And then we came over here to the sledding side, and my 6-year-old, of course, he's my little adventurer. He just absolutely loves sledding right off the back. He was just like, let me go, let me jump on the sled and let me free. I just want to just be free and just slide down the hill. And he's just like all smiles, just gleaming ear to ear with just this excitement, enthusiasm for life, the adventure, and, you know, just having so much fun. Now my 4-year-old, on the other hand, he's a little bit more cautious in nature, and he went down with his sister, with my 16-year-old, and he was like, no, I'm not doing that again. And then I was like, all right, can you go with mom? And, you know, I guided the sled down just a little bit differently and made sure that he was a little bit safer. So got him to that point where he was okay with with the actual speed. Now he's doing it himself. Now he's like, shoom, right with his brother, straight down the hill, through the crowds, running over other people and dogs and everything, and just having a blast doing it. And that kind of led me to today's topic. So today's topic is to remember the importance of wondering. I was down in Incline just a little bit ago, and I collect magnets for all the different places I've been. And because I count Tahoe as home, I don't have a Tahoe magnet. And I went, you know, that's kind of goofy. I don't have a magnet of my home space. Chico, you know, city of Chico down in the valley, Tahoe up here where I spent so much of my childhood and my younger years and everything, and playing in the snow and hiking in the mountains. My daddy had a gold claim up here. So, you know, I spent tons and tons of time in the Truckee Tahoe area growing up, and I don't have a magnet, so I went into this little store, this little cute little store, and I found a bear magnet, California State bear magnets, and the message on it is really where today's topic comes from, because the message said travel enough to find yourself. And I was like, oh, I have to do that, you know, and it says Tahoe on there and the year and everything. I was just like, I have to get this, because that's so true. And as everybody knows, I love to travel. I love the adventure of travel. I love the connection of travel. I love meeting new people. I love learning new things. And just really, if I all of a sudden crash, you know, that's because I went and fell into a humongous hole in the snow. Like that. And down I went. Look at this. Way down there. How fun. I should have stayed put where I was at. All right, I'll just stay put. All right, I'll just turn it this way. So, I love to travel, even when I get absolutely soaking wet from the snow. And I love the adventure of it. But it's the wondering. It is the wondering, because when we wonder, when we allow ourselves to wonder, when we allow ourselves to go and explore life, to explore our world, and just enjoy and experience and have the adventures, no matter how small or how big they may seem, when we do those things, what we are actually doing is we are meeting ourselves. We are meeting ourselves over and over again. And you know, one of the things that I'm always coaching people on is is meeting themselves. A lot of people come to me and they don't know their purpose. They don't know who they are. And the statement of, I'm lost. I need to find myself. I'm so lost. I need to find myself. And I go, you're right there. It's kind of like one of those Wizard of Oz things, you know, look no further than your own backyard. There you are. You're right there. And we just don't realize it, because we don't take the opportunity to wander around our lives and to experience different things. We get into a habit-formed lifestyle where we watch the same shows, we leave home at the same time, we have the same regimen every single day, we take the same path home from work, we go to the same grocery stores, we buy the exact same foods, we eat the same foods, you know, we go to the same restaurants, we go to the same movie theaters, we do everything the same. That's not what wandering's about. And that certainly isn't going to ever allow us to meet our true self, or to meet different dimensions of ourselves. The most fun, most energetic, most, you know, confident people are the people who know themselves. They're also the most well-traveled. They love to experience life, and they meet themselves through the experience of life. And that's really what I want to get through to you today. You know, every time I travel probably anywhere from 6 to 12 times a year. Small trips, big trips, all over the world, local, international, all over the place, you know, and it's just the thing that travel has taught me, and growing up the way that I did too, which was an adventure in itself, was the meeting yourself process and the exploration of self. I know a lot of people don't like to travel by themselves. I hear that as a big time excuse too. You know, don't travel by yourself. It's so boring. It's so this, it's so that. I read an article not that long ago. I think Mind Body Green, I want to say, or maybe it was Psychology Today, put out an article, and they were talking about women who travel alone actually know themselves better, have more confidence, and have more self-love. And I was thinking about it, I was like, you know, I've done some travel by myself. I've gone to different places. I don't travel very often all by myself these days, for sure, but I have done some travel in my past by myself, and I would say that those are some of the most powerful trips that I've ever experienced, because I only had myself to rely on. I only had myself to ask questions of, to make decisions with, and I got to experience things so differently than when I am with somebody. Now, I love to travel with, you know, like Addison and I do our girls trip every year, 1 or 2 girls trips, do business trips a lot. I travel with my lover, and then I got my family trips and everything, and then I got my, you know, like girls trips in the family and all that kind of stuff that I do. But the trips that I've done by myself, I can tell you, it allows for a whole new adventure. It allows for a whole new viewing of self, and it's a true empowerment gift. But traveling in any way, in any capacity, I guess maybe I should be working for a travel blog today or something. You know, maybe I should work for Incline Village. There you go. Come to Incline Village and discover yourself, you know, because it's true. Come to wherever and discover yourself. Explore your town, explore your city, explore your state, explore your country, explore other countries, you know, and don't always get caught up on the high destination, you know, the destinations that everybody wants to go to. Sometimes just picking a little spot that nobody's ever been to is just as good as anything, you know, because those sometimes create the best memories, the best experiences, and it's the wondering. It is truly the wondering that creates a creative flow, that builds desire, that allows you to meet yourself, to meet life, and to experience what you really want, what you really love, who you really are. You get to interact with people that you don't normally interact with. You get to have experiences that you don't have on a day-to-day basis. And if your day-to-day basis is cookie cutter, change that shit the fuck up. I mean, it really needs to be changed. If you are living a cookie cutter lifestyle, then don't wonder why you're probably not happy in different areas of your life, why you're not calling in the soulmate of your life, why you're not, you know, why you feel lost in your purpose, lost in your work, why your money's not coming in. You've got to open up to the flow of life. And the flow of life is about wondering. It is about the magic of life. It is about creativity. It is about exploration. It is about adventure. It is about play. Flow is playful. Flow is adventurous. Flow is not the same state of being 24/7, 7 days a week, you know, 52 weeks a year. That's not what flow is. Flow means that we learn how to surf our own life tides and really truly love them and experience them and experience ourselves doing it. If you are one of those people out there that's going, I just don't know who I am, I feel lost, I don't know what I want to do for 2020, I don't know what I want to do with life, but I'm not really happy with what things are happening, you know, I want to make a change, but I don't know what kind of change to make, I don't feel certain about this, I don't feel certain about that, I want to call this in, but I don't know how. If I only knew myself better, if I didn't feel so lost, if I didn't feel so empty, if I didn't feel so incomplete, and I wasn't just looking outside of myself for that, I strongly, strongly encourage you, alone or with a friend, a partner, a family member, somebody, get your ass on the travel bug and go and take a trip someplace, even if it is just a local destination because you can't afford or don't have a care right now to go and do something more. At least get out of your house, turn something into an adventure, and go explore. Go explore, because the deeper you wander through your life and the more you expand out your world, the more you know yourself, the more you'll love yourself, the more compassion you'll have in life, the more confidence you're going to have, and the more joy you will actually create. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and turn this around again, give you just another quick view of where I am at, because I know that some people's kind of popped in late. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn this way, this way, this way, this way. Okay, hold on. My fingers are cold. We're not registering. Okay, there we go. Here's where I'm at. So up here north of Incline Village, Tahoe, up at a place called Mount Rose. If you're ever out this way, definitely head up this way. Summer, fall, spring, winter, does not matter. This is just a beautiful, beautiful destination. If you've been following me for a while, if I've touched you in any way, oh, look at the snowman over there. If you've been following me for a while, if I've said anything that touches you in any way in this conscious coffee, without coffee or hot chocolate or tea, just a whole bunch of snow from California, Nevada borderline, please hit the share button for this conscious coffee. Encourage people to wander in their lives a little bit more, to create adventure, to create exploration, and to remember to do that yourself as well. You can also follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. Hit the share button. Thank you for your loves, your likes, your follows, and I will catch you tomorrow with another conscious coffee. I'm going to zoom in on that right there. Let's check out their snowman. Yep, there's a snowman. Okay, love you guys. Remember, stop existing, start living.